I finally am getting around to filming part 2. I really should be asleep right now because it's almost 3 a.m. I'm really tired and I've had a very bizarre night, but I need to get this done, so I'm going to film it since I already have like makeup and stuff on because I just got back from a concert. And it was really fun, but it was just one of the most bizarre nights I've ever experienced. Anyways, let's get started. First up this week we have Love It to Death. Love It to Death was recorded in 1970 and released on January 12, 1971. It was originally released on the Straight record label, but by the time it became a success, Warner Brothers had already reissued it. This was the very first album that Bob Ezrin ever produced, and it was working with him that Alice Cooper really started to gain their own unique sound. He has been referred to as the George Martin of Alice Cooper, or the sixth member of Alice Cooper. This I unfortunately do not yet have on vinyl, which seems a little ridiculous considering I'm a huge Alice Cooper fan, but I don't really, if I wanted to, I could have it. I could find it online somewhere. I could really be searching for it, but I think it's more fun to just every time I go into a record store, look and see what they have, and then if they have it, yay, good surprise, I find it. But so in the meantime, I'm not in a big rush. I've heard the music and I'll get the vinyl someday, but for now, we get to see CDs. So let me actually start with this one. This is just the standard CD release booklet. So it looks like that. And then inside it's got track listing and credits, picture of the eyes, and then liner notes, and the back picture, and then the CD. Sorry for the reflection of my lovely computer screen, but yeah, pretty boring one, nothing too exciting. Then I also have this one, which is the this is the booklet for the gold CD, so it's like supposed to be higher quality because the CD is made of gold itself. This is the back of the gold CD case. And then it just came in this little, the whole case slides in here. So it's got the picture of the album, and it says it's 24 karat gold, blah blah blah, and it's got song stuff on the back. But, let me just show you. This is cover, and then inside it folds open like this. It shows, I guess this is all the different pressing styles for the vinyl, and then you open this up and it's got the eyes and the track listing, and then for some reason another picture of the cover, and then the back just has that picture. But the difference in the two, there are two differences. Okay, so this one was the original cover, and if you look at his pants, in the original cover he had his thumb coming through his fly, but they airbrushed it out because it was inappropriate. And this one also has just a little thing that says, including their hit, I'm 18, which this one does not have. So that's the difference between those two. Okay, so my favorite off of Love It to Death, which this is a great album. This is one of my favorite albums by the group. Well, I shouldn't say that. I could probably say all of them are my favorite, but this has gotten definitely a lot of listens. It lives in the CD changer in my car. But my favorite song, this one, is definitely Hallowed Be My Name. That's just one of my favorite Alice Cooper songs in general. And that one is actually one of the few songs that was not a group effort, was not written as a group effort. It was written by Neil Smith, and I don't know, I just really like that song. It's a pretty cool song. Next we have Killer. Killer was recorded in 1971 and released in November of 1971 on Warner Brothers. This snake on the cover, her name was Kachina, and she belonged to Neil Smith. The album itself reached number 21 on the Billboard charts. The song Be My Lover reached number 49 on the singles chart, and Under My Wheels reached number 59. Johnny Rotten of the Sex Pistols has called it the greatest rock album of all time. So this one I do have on vinyl, and this is a special, dear to my heart copy of this that I came across in Amoeba, if you know of Amoeba and live in LA. So here is the front, obviously you've seen that. And then you flip it over, and it's got a picture of the band, And then you open it this way, and it's got the same picture inside, but in red. And then the record would normally go in this part, but I don't have it in there. You have the credits over there, and the songs right here. I'm being very delicate with this because most copies have this detached. This is a calendar for 1972, and it shows Alice hanging from a noose, and it was just attached by perforation. So most versions of this don't have the calendar even with it at all, let alone attached. And so then the album itself is in its own little sleeve over here. And just basic Warner Brothers label. I had a really hard time picking a favorite off of this album. Of course, Halo of Flies is an awesome, terrific, amazing song. But what I was really torn between was Under My Wheels and Be My Lover. I love singing along to both songs, but I had to go with Under My Wheels because not only do I love singing to it, but I love the drum part for that song. And as a drummer myself, I gotta go with the drum part. So here's the booklet for the CD version of Killer for comparison. So same cover, and then inside credits and track listing, and then the calendar, which was so not politically incorrect. I'm tired, I can't even think of the word I need. Yeah, people didn't like it. And then notes and more credits in the back. And then I actually found the CD case for this one. So, yeah, just basic like that. And then the CD itself, just same, plain, boring. Next, we have School's Out. School's Out was recorded in 1972 and released in June of 1972 on Warner Brothers. The album itself reached number 2 on the Billboard charts, and the single, which was obviously School's Out, reached number 7 on the Hot 100. The single has obviously since become an anthem and is probably the most well-known Alice Cooper song by the general public. Alice Cooper has said that it is the only song that he knew instantly would be a hit. This is what the album looks like. Just looks like a standard album from the front. Sorry, I have a price sticker on there because I don't want to deal with peeling it off. I bought this. This was one of the first, it might have been the very first vinyl that I bought after I started listening to Alice Cooper, and there was this local record store. I went in, and I was like 8 or 9, and I bought it, and they started asking me trivia questions about Alice Cooper, and of course I could answer all of them. So I became known as the 9-year-old girl that knew everything about Alice Cooper, and they would like give us discounts on records. They gave my mom a free record once just because they knew who I was. Sadly, that place is no longer there, but it was awesome. Okay, so this, see, looks like this. So we have all the band members, so it looks like a school desk. Carved their initials, so AC, Alice Cooper obviously, N. Smith for Neil Smith, Michael B for Michael Bruce, GB, Glenn Buxton, and DD, Dennis Dunaway. But then, you open this up, and it looks like the inside of a school desk. So there's a picture of the band up here. And then down here it's just got some different little things like a comic strip and just little notes and things you would find in a desk. And then they have the track listing done to look like a quiz. And then the album just slides in there. And on the back side, it has track listing. So the songs on the back are not in the order that they're in on the album, and one of the tracks is not listed, which would be Street Fight. And then inside, Street Fight is also not listed, which, you know, whatever, it's not really a song, but it's still considered a track. And the songs aren't in the right order in here either. I don't really know why, but that's how it is. So the liner for this one has the same thing about lost leaders, and the same picture of Burbank, California, and same album look. Originally, when this first came out, the album came wrapped in a pair of girls' paper underwear in either blue or pink, but they were recalled because they weren't flame retardant, which they were just trying to find a way to get rid of the underwear. They didn't think people were actually going to wear them, but they found it to be whatever. I can't think of words right now. It's 3:20 in the morning and I've had a very long day. Oh, and then also, so you've seen the front, you've seen the back, then you have these little parts that fold down here. And if I had a flat surface, I could show you. See, it stands up like a school desk. It's so cute. And then they just modeled the new box set, which was called Old School, came out this year, and they modeled it to look similar to the School's Out album cover. For comparison, here's the CD booklet. Inside just has a track listing and notes, and back is just credits. CD, same boring silver deal. Picking a favorite from this album was pretty much an even tougher choice because there's a lot of songs that I really like on this album, but I think I'm going to have to go with Alma Mater, which oddly enough was also another song that was just written by Neil Smith. But it's just, I don't know, I like that song a lot. I listened to it repeatedly the day I graduated from high school. I had School's Out and Alma Mater just back to back, going all day in my car the day I graduated. Thanks so much for watching part 2, and tune in next time. We'll be finishing up the band albums, and then the episode after that we'll be getting into Alice's work as a solo artist. Now check out the only submission I got for the thing I had where you could submit funny captions. Pretty good one. And if you send in funny caption screen caps from this episode, I will include them in the next part of the series. So watch with captions, screen cap any funny ones, send them to me, and I'll put them in here. So here's the only one I got from last week. And then you open it this way. Whoops, you don't. No case right now. Actually, no. Never mind. I found the case. Where did I put it? Shoot. Oh, it's right here.